Okay, I'm going to get into the news. But the news is how the news is changing. That's the issue here. That there are tectonic changes taking place in the media landscape. And now anybody can set up a TV network. Anybody can set up a radio show. And anybody can basically pick it up and have it delivered to them. You've got a lot of people that still watch mainline television. But more and more, if you look at the statistics, young people get almost no news or information or even entertainment from TV. They are going to the internet and that full spectrum of ideas. Now, in that world of a level playing field, we dominate and destroy the competition because we don't play games, we tell it like it is. And what's happening is Al Gore is trying to take old, mainline, dumbed-down people and their money and their energy and use it to finance an invasion of cyberspace with his hoaxes and lies and disinformation. I mean, next he's going to say he's Santa Claus or Jesus. Now, he already says he invented the internet and you got to pay him money or carbon dioxide is going to kill you. And my issue here is you talk about liars. You talk about running a hoax. I've got an article here put out by Keith Olbermann. How profitable is Glenn Beck's new web TV venture? Glenn Beck is taking his franchise of conservative commentary to the web, streaming the first episode of his 2-hour show exclusively to paying online subscribers. The former Fox News star already has 230,000 subscribers who pay between $5 and $10 per month for access to his TV system. According to the Wall Street Journal, Glenn Beck television analyst Rich Greenwald estimates, registration required, that Beck could generate $27 million in subscription revenue within the year. And then it goes on with Olbermann saying that he thinks that that's how much it costs to do what he's doing, and that his bandwidth is $1 million a month. No way. Because if you go to Alexa.com and put in Glenn Beck TV versus PrisonPlanet.tv, you'll notice that Glenn Beck TV, on average, is below us for viewers and traffic. And when he has big special events, it spikes way above us when he's got full-page ads on Drudge and hundreds of other places. So all of that is going on. And what does Al Gore do? Al Gore toddles out and attempts to declare himself the arbiter of all truth and reality. And of course, Glenn Beck's doing that too. You know, the truth lives here. Tomorrow's network today. Well, we're tomorrow's network 10 years ago. And the truth really does live here. You notice all of our terms, all of our ideas. 1776, the spirit of 1776. You notice you hear it all imitated. All what I've organically put forward is snatched by these people. And that's the greatest form of admiration and compliment, is to be imitated. But I don't like Al Gore taking our ideas, our systems, exposing their hoaxes, and turning it back around against us. We're going to go to break and come back and play that clip and go over it. But here's the issue. We already, on a fair playing field in cyberspace, have dominated. But when it comes to traditional media, we're not even on the radar screen. And that's why it's so important, if you are a viewer or if you are a listener, and you get 95% of what we do for free, to become a PrisonPlanet.tv member. It is a revolutionary vote for true, hardcore, alternative media. And so that at the ground floor of the establishment figuring out that the internet is the new wide-open TV channel, right as they pump all their money and invade it with the fake left, the fake right, and everything in between, it is more important than ever to get firmly behind Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. It is a vote for liberty. It is a vote for freedom. It is a vote for alternative views. It is a vote to see us grow and energize. You've seen where we've come from. And I have stepped up to the plate. I have not wanted the responsibility. I knew I could have done this 10 years ago. I talked about it. And only in the last few have I decided to try to generate the capital, put in the hours, and do it. I don't like managing people. I don't like having to be an editor and look over everybody's shoulder to make sure it's accurate to my view, but I'm doing it. I'm up here 10 o'clock many nights to really try to get in the face of the globalist. And when you become a PrisonPlanet.tv member, you help put us on the field, the helmet, the football pads, the whole 9 yards. You sponsor us onto the field. I guarantee you, 2 years from now, we're going to be #1 undisputed champion. It is absolutely essential that somebody who really talks about all the issues, that talks about the eugenics, the cancer viruses and the vaccines, the radioactive isotopes and fluoride added to the water by the government, the police training for gun confiscation. This is the type of information I've been covering for 16 years. The global government imploding the world financial system, starting wars in the Middle East. We predicted it all. We laid it out. And it's important that we don't just sit here and stay the same size we've been. Because we're reaching so many people, because we've been growing so fast in the face of this tyranny, I have hit our afterburners. But I need you to keep refilling our fuel tank. And more importantly, I need you to spread the word about this information. We've got the word of mouth. That's where we've come from nothing. But it's time in the face of this tyranny to up our game 110%. It is so easy to go to PrisonPlanet.tv and sign up for a month or sign up for a year and get 3 months free. It's $5.95. There's no junior and then senior program. There's just $5.95. We're working on a iPhone app that subscribers will have, so it'll have a bunch of extra features on your iPhone. You can already see it on Droids and most other systems via PrisonPlanet.tv. We have the free iPhone app to hear the audio stream of the show. That's at Infowars.com on the right-hand side, a link to to get that. We are doing everything we can. We're doing everything we can to get the word out. I'm doing everything I can to organize the system to try to run this operation and go to the next level. But we need your help. I don't want to just grow at the level we're growing. I don't want to just sustain and then have to penny pinch and worry about this server or that server, or can I hire reporters, or can I get this or that done. I can only do it if you support us. And I know there are millions of you out there who are not PrisonPlanet.tv members. It is a tiny fraction of those out there that listen that are actual PrisonPlanet.tv members. And you have really helped us grow to the next level in the face of the globalist and increase the quality of our information, the look of it, everything. And my crew is great. We're trying to hire more people. We're moving forward, but we need you to become a PrisonPlanet.tv member. We're working on getting it on the tabletop systems. That's going well. Like I said, we've got some networks and cable systems that want to pick it up, but we're not ready for that yet. We're just beta testing right now the nightly news I'm doing and trying to get enough members to finance that, to then go to the next level of codifying it, putting in a satellite uplink, the upload systems that most systems are going to get it from. There's a lot of investment. And yes, we're going to have a money bomb just like we did last year in the middle of October. And we're going to shoot videos and show you all the changes that have happened here and what we've done and where we're going. The problem is it all rides on me. And I've got to call the shots. I've got to oversee the articles. I've got to do everything. I've hired some really great people. But still, I've got to act as chief cook, bottle washer, editor, because, you know, everybody makes mistakes and you got to have somebody else look at it, you know, who's as informed as they are or even more so. But you can see what's happening. And I'm not complaining. This is a great honor. It is wonderful, but it's also exhausting to take on this marathon. And so, please, be with us on this. Be part of this with us. You are not a spectator or a bystander in subscription media. You are financing and building, just like the Huffington Post went from nowhere to gigantic, as big as the Drudge Report. They did that off of donations and support and subscriptions from liberals. And, of course, they betrayed them and are pro-war and pro-torture and handed it over to AOL, and it's now falling apart. We will never do that while I'm alive. This operation will stay under Alex Jones. Like, this is my public will. I've told my reporters and crew I want it to continue on if I get imprisoned or killed with this exact information. We're not selling it to anybody. You couldn't anyways, because it's about truth and information and no globalist would even want it. And if they did, we wouldn't sell it. So again, prisonplanet.tv. I want to rival Glenn Beck, who was the New World Order's answer to us 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Execs wanted to meet with me, off record, put on the journalist cap. People say, well, tell us who they are. If you ever give up a source in business and confidence or media, you never get a source again. But, it's like this is off the record meeting. One time, well, I'm not going to even get into it. And it's like, look, you'll have a TV show out of this with your radio show. You'll have book deals, and you're going to be the next Rush Limbaugh. And I said, I know you tell all the girls that. They're like, no, we're serious. Now, do you want to, and I was told this repeatedly, actually in 3 meetings by different people over the years. It must be a script they follow. Do you want to be on a crusade that's going to fail, or do you want to be a star? Actually 4 times they said similar things, because there was even a local radio exec one time that said something similar, the more I think about it, that I had meetings with. And so I've been there. I've been offered it all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not professional. I've had big New York outfits call and say, we want to do big books with you, and we want to have ghostwriters and all this. I don't even have time for it. I don't even want the money from that. You know what? I could probably make tens of millions of dollars if I came out with best-selling books, and I probably should do it. Then I could put that money back into my operation. But I go and I say a best-selling book sells 500,000, and I make a couple $1 million, but I only reach 500,000 people? I can go do a video that takes me 2 hours and reach 500,000 right now. See, getting into radio philosophy and new media philosophy, that's the difference. Internet generally does not make money compared to an old media system because people expect it all for free. And it's because I've been here, it's all free because my goal is to get the word out. I can reach, it's got to be like 10 million people a week on YouTube alone, conservatively. 10 million people just on my channels, and then there's thousands of other channels with people getting 10,000, 20,000, 500 views, whatever the case is. I haven't added it up. It's probably 20 million. I've got single films I've made on one channel that have 10 million views. 35, 40 million for the Obama deception, if you add them all up. 35, 40 million people reached on a film that cost $100,000. Again, I'm talking about the future of this show and what we're doing here. We need to be strong. We need to have wealth. We need to be secure and be able to fight off fake lawsuits, fight off anything. We need to be a foundation against the New World Order. They've got their trillions. We need millions. Raising $400,000 at a money bomb last year sounds like a big deal. What is that, 6, 7, 8 employees? What is that, the equipment for the studio? Do you know how much this stuff cost? The rent, all of it. Again, I'm not complaining here. We've been incredibly successful. It's not enough. I want to go head-to-head with these people. Head-to-head. And it's your prisonplanet.tv memberships that are going to fund this mission and this operation. I want everyone listening, even if you're not a computer person, to have your son, your daughter, your neighbor sign you up for prisonplanet.tv. And I want you to start downloading the shows and showing them to your friends and family. You can blow them up and watch them on a big screen TV. All the big new TVs coming out now are internet enabled. I never used to watch TV anymore unless I watched a movie. Now I can go home and watch YouTube on my television. That's what I've been doing for a couple of years now. So we're having a giant effect. But again, thousands of other ventures are now pouring into the internet because they finally figured out that's where the new audience is. And so we need to be placed and up front and dominant from the beginning. And we've already done that without even trying. I'm going to get into some news there, but this is so important because it deals with the media, our culture, where this world's going. 4 years ago, I had 5, 6 people working for me, and I was in a little bitty office, and I did not want to grow, but I knew that I had the responsibility. I did not want to hire more people. I did not want to try to have to go out. 5 years ago, I didn't even have a sales department. I had giant websites and would just turn advertising down and just promote my own videos and books. I didn't even want to deal with people trying to give me money.